This program is proudly brought to you by Ebonite, reminding you to bowl to win. Let's talk bowling with Andrew Frawley. Today's session is about spare shooting. Before we join the coach today, let's review our last session on bowling for strikes. We saw how the best way to strike is to aim for the strike pocket. If you're a right-handed bowler, your strike pocket is just to the right of the head pin, the 1-3 pocket. Left-handed bowlers are targeting the left side of the head pin or the 1-2 pocket. Because the pins are 18 metres away, every lane has a built-in targeting device. Just over 4 metres down your lane, these arrows give you a closer aiming point. As the coach explained,
we've been talking about lining up on the middle dot to bowl the ball down the lane to try and get a strike. So what we would want to do is place the ball as we bowl it through the second and third arrow from the right. So we can think about the ball rolling past the second, third arrow, down the lane, and that should hit the right side of the head pin. Obviously we can't strike all the time, it'd be a pretty boring game if we did. We're going to leave pins standing up time to time, and today we're going to learn how to knock them down. That's spare shooting. Let's see how we do it. There is a system called the 3-6-9 spare shooting system that tells us where and how far we need to move on the approach to pick up those spares, and I'm going to show you how it works. We've left the 2-pin on this shot. Now we want to know, based on the 3-6-9 system, how far I need to move on the approach to work out to pick up this spare. We know that we're working standing on the middle dot, going for our strike and placing the ball between the second and third arrow. Okay, so for the 3-6-9 system, we move 3 boards to the right to pick up the 2-pin from our original strike position. So I need to move 3 boards to the right. So just be precise about it. 2, 3, line it up, feet pointing towards the pin, still aim the ball between the second and third arrow across the lane to the 2-pin. Okay, that was 3 boards over to the right to pick up the 2-pin. Let's see how many boards we need to move to get the 4-pin. We left the 4-pin this time, and based on the 3-6-9 spare shooting system, we need to move 6 boards to the right of where we stood for our strike position. Let's try it out. We're standing on the middle dot for our strikes. We're going to count out 6 boards. Just count them out. 5, 6. Lining the foot up on that board, pointing towards the pins. That sets our shoulders up. We want to place the ball between the second and third arrow across the lane. Okay, that's the 4-pin covered. Now let's see what we need to do to cover the 7-pin. Okay, we've got the 7-pin this time, and we need to move 9 boards right based on our 3-6-9 spare shooting system. Let's try it out. Middle dot for our strike. We count out 9 boards. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feet pointing towards the pin. That lines our shoulders up, and again, through our strike target. Okay, that's the 7-pin covered. Now let's see what we need to do when we leave pins on the left side of the lane. Okay, right now I've left a 10-pin, and we're looking just for the most simple method to cover that pin. All right, so the pin is way out on the right, close to the gutter. So what we're going to do is move our feet to the left part of the approach. The 3-6-9 system works a little bit different for pins on the right. We need to work out where we're going to stand for the 10-pin. It takes a little bit of trial and error, but my suggestion is that you move to the last dot on the left, or a little bit to the left of the last dot. I'm going to line up 2 boards left, our feet pointing towards the pin, as always. Lines up our shoulders, push the ball towards the target we're aiming at between the 3rd and 4th arrow. Okay, that was the 10-pin. Let's see what we have to move for the 6-pin. Okay, we've got the 6-pin now, so I need to move 3 boards to the right of where I stood for my 10-pin shot to get this 6-pin. I know I was standing just a couple of boards to the left of the last dot. I'm going to move 3 boards to the right, count them out, feet pointing towards the pin, between the 3rd and 4th arrow. Okay, that's the 6-pin. Now we're going to see where we need to move on the approach for the 3-pin. Okay, now we've got the 3-pin up and our 369 system works on. We know where we're standing for the 10-pin. We know that with 3 boards over for the 6, now for the 3-pin, it's 3 more boards further over. So we're going to move 6 boards from our original line that we used for the 10-pin. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still aiming at the same target, which is between the 3rd and the 4th arrow. All right, we've got the 3-pin, so let's get out there and practice those spares.
The 369 spare shooting system is a guide to help you make more single pin spares. Basically, if you leave pins on the left, you move to the right. And if you have a pin standing on the right, you move to the left of the approach. When shooting for pins on the left, you roll the ball over your usual strike target between the 2nd and 3rd arrow. When shooting for pins on the right, you generally aim between the 3rd and middle arrow from the left.
All right, Ryan, we've left the split, but we're just going to go for the 7-pin. Now, how many boards to the right do we need to move to get the 7-pin?
6.
Well, remember the 2-pin, we needed to move 3, and then the 4-pin, we needed to move 3 more. So, for the 7-pin, we need to move 9. You're the man? Okay, so line up off your strike. That's it. Now count out to 9. That's it. All right, our feet pointing towards the pin. Now we're still aiming through our strike target. Okay, that's okay. What happened was when you bowled that ball, you missed the strike target to the right, so the ball stayed out to the right. So next time we leave the 7-pin up, we'll go through our strike target.
So, when you leave pins standing, use the 369 spare shooting guide to help you knock them over. That's it for today. We'll see you next session when we'll be talking about more spares and splits.